It's so stupid, it's positively brilliant.
The Brilliant Idiots Podcast.
But did you hear what Biden said in the speech that he gave? He was like, "You don't have to shoot an unarmed person in the heart. Shoot them in the leg or the arm."
No, he didn't say that in that speech.
What did he say? What did he say?
He did say that. He did say that quote, but he didn't say that in that speech. His speech was
I'm
actually
saying
good.
The quote when he was walking around.
He said police shouldn't shoot in the chest. They should shoot in the leg. I read that quote and I said, put Biden back in the fucking basement right now.
Son,
like put him in
the bunker, bro.
On the day when Donald Trump says he's going to wage war on the American people, on the day that Donald Trump says he's going to make America into a military state, why are you talking about this? And why would you say this of all things?
And
they're in the streets protesting because they don't want to see people get shot, period.
And he's telling you where you're going to get fucking shot with his Top Gun glasses. Take those fucking glasses off, bro. You're not a pilot. This guy's driving me crazy, man. Who's dressing him? Who's dressing Biden? Who's dressing Biden? We need to get to the bottom of this. Who's dressing Biden, bro? His ears are sticking out more than mine when he puts the mask on. It's not a good look for him at all. And right now, when it comes to being presidential, you can't look like Alfred E. Newman. That's what he looks. He looks like he's a Mad Magazine cover with that stupid fucking mask on.
He gave a good speech. I'm not going to go so far as to call it positively brilliant, but he said a lot of the right things, a lot of things that I've been wanting to hear from him. Because I was waiting for Joe Biden after he came on Breakfast Club and did the "You Ain't Black" shit. I was waiting for him to, and I think I said this last week. Remember when Barack had to give that speech after Reverend Jeremiah Wright, where he had to talk to like older white voters? Because everybody heard Reverend Jeremiah Wright and they was really afraid of Barack after that. So he had to give this whole speech to older white voters and let them know I'm going to be America's president.
Everybody's president. Yeah.
Yeah. Joe should have did that with black people after the "You Ain't Black" shit. And he did. If you listen to the speech in Philly, it's 22 minutes of him saying how he wants to end systemic racism. He wants to make he wants an economic justice plan for Black America. He adopted one of Hakeem Jeffries' bills. Hakeem Jeffries is a Black politician from Brooklyn who had this bill that bans chokeholds. And he mentioned Hakeem by name and said, y'all want to, this bill should be getting pushed through in the next 3 days. It shouldn't have to wait till I'm president. So he was really leaning on blackness the way that he should. And I said this last night on Anderson Cooper. If Barack Obama was John F. Kennedy, Joe Biden can be Lyndon B. Johnson. Lyndon B. Johnson was a person who was a known racist, right? He was JFK's vice president. He was a known racist. But when you look at his record,
he passed the Civil Rights Bill, didn't he?
Passed the Civil Rights Bill.
Yeah.
Gave Black people voters' rights. Put Thurgood Marshall on the Supreme Court. When you look at his record,
son, white people are great,
progressive record of any. Well, no, not all.
White people are great. Even when we're racist, we not racist. That's fucking diversity, dog. Like, think about it.
I have a question for real.
Hold on, Taylor's trying to interrupt. Taylor's getting excited.
But I'm just saying, Lyndon B. Johnson has the most progressive record of any Democrat when it comes to race and class, probably over the past 80 years. Like probably like him and FDR, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But
sure.
But that's impressive from him because he was a racist.
Right. So you're saying if Lyndon B. Johnson could do it,
Joe Biden definitely can fucking do it.
Joe Biden definitely can do it because you don't maybe believe at your core that Joe Biden's racist.
Joe Biden has created a lot of racist legislation.
Is it possible that Joe Biden forgot that he's racist?
Is it?
Like maybe he was truly racist, but he forgot all about that shit. And now he's like, nah, I'm not racist, bro. I believe everybody's equal because I will equally forget about all you motherfuckers by tomorrow.
I'm wondering if a lot of these guys...
Maybe he really was like, Charlamagne, you're black? Like maybe it was more of a question. Like, wait, what?
Listen, that's a good point, but I'm wondering if a lot of these guys are men of the time.
Maybe we're all men of the time, but go on.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We're all men of the time. Like you can go back 10 years ago. We were shooting from where we could shoot from.
From the hip. From the hip. Let her rip from the logo. They used to call pull Pull up from the logo, Sean.
Pull up from the logo, baby. What's up? You know what I'm saying?
We pressed record on the podcast. Within the first 5 minutes, both was like, "Oh shit!"
And you know what minute of time do? You delete all that shit because we don't need you going back 10 years and then coming back to us 10 years later when you didn't understand the time we was in back then.
Isn't that the best thing about Instagram story? Like you could throw some shit up on there and you're like, you know what? I might not feel this way tomorrow. And Zuckerberg is taking care of that for me. Thank you very much. There needs to be a limit.
It's always there.
Say what?
It's always there. They save in your archive.
It does, but it's my archive. It's not like someone can run up in my archive and get that shit.
I'm not
But
sure.
Schulz,
What's up?
even when you're a man of the time,
Yep.
depending what you were doing, you have to atone for that in the future. Because just because you are a man of the time, you can't blame it on just the time because you still might have hurt people. You still might have harmed people. You know what I'm saying? That may not apply to us when it comes to, jokes, or maybe it does. I don't know. But I'm talking about when you're an elected official, when you're a politician, when literally life and death is in your pen. You know what I mean? When you've devastated Black communities, when you've devastated families and shit with your policies, Joe Biden has the opportunity right now to literally be more progressive than Lyndon B. Johnson. Like Joe Biden can be the start of dismantling white supremacy in government if he chooses to.